everyone. Welcome again to another edition of Storytime with Robbie. Happy Valentine's Day to you. I hope you're doing well and having a really great Valentine's Day so far. Today I am going to be reading you, of course, some Valentine's Day themed books. So I am going to be reading you Pete the Cat, Valentine's Day is Cool by Kimberly and James Dean. And I'm going to be reading you Valentines by Ethan Long. And I'm going to be reading you Love Splat by Rob Scotton. Hope you enjoy. Let's get started. Alrighty, everybody. Just before we get into the books today, just a quick reminder to please comment on the video and let me know what your favorite story was out of the 3 books that I read today. I really want to start hearing your feedback, hearing feedback from you guys. And now the first story I'm going to read today is Pete the Cat, Valentine's Day is Cool by Kimberly and James Dean. It was the day before Valentine's Day, and Pete was riding his skateboard home when he saw his friend Callie. She was holding a big red heart that said love. Have you finished your Valentine's Day cards? Asked Callie. No, Valentine's Day is not cool, Pete said. Oh, Pete, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday. It's a day to tell people how special they are to you, Callie insisted. Pete skated on, but something in the back of his mind told him that Callie might be right. By the time Pete got home, he had decided that Callie was right about Valentine's Day. So he got out his pencils, paper, crayons, and markers and sat down at the kitchen table. First, Pete started to work on a card for his friend Larry. Pete made several cards with big red hearts, but he was not happy with his work. Pete wanted to make the perfect cards for every cat in his class. I'll never get all these cards done in time, Pete told his mom. Pete's mom smiled. Just do your best, she said. Just tell Larry why he is cool. There is something cool about every cat. Pete got back to work. He thought hard about what was cool about Larry. To Larry, Happy Valentine's Day from Pete. Perfect, Pete said. After that, it didn't take Pete long to make cards for all the boys. To Josh, to Troy, to Rob, to John. Then Pete made special cards for all the girls and wrote Love Pete on each one. And of course, he made the biggest heart-shaped card for his mom. The next day, Pete and Callie waited for the bus together. I decided you were right. Valentine's Day is cool. That's awesome, Callie said. By the way, I am having a Valentine's Day party at my house after school. If you want to come. The bus pulled up. Then Pete and Callie got on. Mr. Ted, the bus driver, smiled and said, "Good morning." But as soon as they were in their seats, Pete put his head in his paws. "What's wrong?" Callie asked. "I forgot to make a card for Miss Ted," he cried. Then Pete thought, "But I can make him an awesome card before we get to school." Pete pulled out a piece of paper and colored pencils from his backpack. He began to draw. "Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for picking us up every day for school," Pete and Callie said as they handed Mr. Ted his Valentine. "Thank you," Mr. Ted told them. "You just made my day." "What about Mrs. Gold, the crossing guard? We need to make her a Valentine too," Pete practically shouted. "Let's make Valentines for everyone." Pete and Callie got super busy making cards for everyone. To Mrs. Gold, "Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day," read. "Police, stop." After school, Pete went to Callie's party. He rang the bell and then he froze. Callie opened the door only to find her friend in a panic. "What's wrong, Pete?" "I forgot something very important," Pete admitted. "What?" Callie asked. "I just realized I forgot to make a card for you," Pete said. "That's okay, Pete. Cards are just a way of showing you care. Hanging out with you, that's way better than any card. Is this the best Valentine's Day ever? I love." And happy Valentine's Day to you. Love, Pete. The end. Alrighty, everybody. The second story I'm going to read you today is Valentines by Ethan Long. Here we go. For my step mummy and real Dee Dee. It was cold, dark night, perfect for scaring, but Fran had something else on his mind. Of course, Vladimir had to know what Fran was up to. "Blah! Boo! What are you making, Fran?" Pink paper, scissors, glue. Are you making a mask with fangs? Hiss! It looks a little rounded back to me. No, it's a big pink nose. It looks like a paper butt. Ha ha, 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 ha. Bunny knew what was going on. This is a heart, everyone. When you love someone, you cut one of these out and give it to them on Valentine's Day. Sandy checked the calendar. Do you think Fran Galp is in love? February. Eek! Wait, what's love? It sounds gross. That's when two people feel all mushy about each other. Ooh, mushy, mushy. And then when they get more in love, they flutter their eyes at each other. Ooh, flutter like bats? No, probably more like butterflies. Don't drag me into this. But here's the crazy part. When they get really, really in love, they what? They kiss on the lips. Ooh! Now, I'm never falling in love. Love is yucky. Love is making my skin crawl. You don't have any skin. Yeah. Not just yucky, it's terrifying. Yeah, she's right. At this point, Fran had heard enough. So he went outside to get some fresh air. And that's when he was reminded that love isn't about being mushy mushy or fluttering your eyes or kissing someone on the lips. And it certainly isn't about cutting out paper hearts. Tee-hee, it looks like a paper butt. It's about something you feel in your real heart, even if it does feel a little funny sometimes. What are you doing? They're talking and staring at the moon. Weirdos. The end. Alrighty, everybody. The third story I'm going to read you today is Love Splat by Rob Scotton. Here we go. Splat stared into the bathroom mirror. A worried Splat stared back. His heart drummed and his tummy rumbled. He straightened his whiskers, roughed his fur, and brushed his teeth. Today, he wanted to look just right. After all, today was Valentine's Day. Splat had made cards for everyone in his class, and he also made a special card for a certain cat in his class. Kitten. She had snowy white paws and pea green eyes. Splat liked her more than fish sticks and ice cream. But whenever Kitten saw Splat, she pulled his ears and poked his belly, tied his tail, and called him smelly. Then she ran away. Why does she do that? Splat sighed. Seymour shook his head. Splat practiced his smile one last time and left the bathroom. His family wished him a very good morning. He ignored his breakfast and gazed at the little red envelope. On the front of the envelope in Splat's very best writing was a single name. Kitten. Splat tucked the envelope in his bag and left for school. His tummy rumbled loudly all the way. He was so busy telling his tummy to be quiet that he didn't see Kitten coming around the corner. Splat! He bumped into her, and when he tried to say sorry, his tongue turned to jelly, his legs wobbled like rubber, and his tummy rumbled louder than ever. This happened every time he saw Kitten. Kitten gave Splat a funny look. Then she pulled his ears and poked his belly, tied his tail and called him smelly and ran away. Why does she do that? He sighed. Seymour shook his head. Later, in cat school, all the class swapped their Valentines. Splat sat at his desk, clutching the red envelope. "I'll give it to her soon," he said to Seymour, but soon it was recess. Splat sat quietly on the bench, still clutching the little red envelope. He didn't see the cat sneaking up behind him. "Boo!" cried Spike. Splat jumped and dropped the little red envelope. Spike picked it up and read the name on the front. "I like Kitten too," Spike announced, "and I like her more than you." "But I like Kitten this much," said Splat. "And I like her this much," said Spike. "Aw," groaned Splat. Splat pulled a piece of chalk from his pocket and drew a heart on the ground. "I like Kitten this much," he said. "And I like Kitten this much," said Spike, and he drew a heart around the whole playground. "Aw," groaned Splat, "I made Kitten a special Valentine card." Splat said. "You call that card Spike?" Said smugly. "Aw," groaned Splat, "it's not fair." Seymour shook his head. Splat's card looked teeny weeny next to Spike's, and with a sigh, he threw it in the trash. Kitten opened Spike's card. The message inside read, "You are so lucky that I like you." Kitten smiled. Splat didn't, and he turned away. Splat didn't see the snowy white paws lift the little red envelope from the trash, or the pea green eyes read the name on the front. Kitten took the card from the envelope and opened it. In Splat's very best writing were 3 little words: "I like you." Kitten sat down next to Splat and gave him a little pink envelope. On the front was a single name, Splat. Splat opened the envelope, and on the card was a rhyme. "Your fur is soft and I like to stroke it. You make a silly noise in your belly when I poke it. Your tail's so bendy it makes me laugh, and you smell really nice when you just had a bath." Inside the card, in Kitten's very best writing, were 3 little words: "I like you." The end. Alrighty, everybody. Really hope you enjoyed the books today. I really hope you enjoyed the Valentine's Day themed books today. Thank you so much again for joining me and for watching. It's always a pleasure being with you and reading with you. And thank you for being able to be with me for this special Valentine's Day edition of Storytime with Robbie. Please comment on the video as always and let me know what you think of the pics. I always like to hear your feedback, and please let me know what and please let me know what your favorite Valentine's Day book was that I read today. Have a fantastic rest of your day and a great rest of your Valentine's Day. Please, if you can, treat one of your loved ones or husband or
girlfriend or boyfriend, or a friend that you love in your life, to something special for and show them that you care on for Valentine's Day. Then until then, no, and I will see you here on the next edition of Story Time with Robbie. Until then, toodaloo.